donkey of the day.
Oh, what is the donkey?
Apparently, a Popeyes in Atlanta. Okay, this college student, female.
No.
She was delivering and was.
Oh, was this the homeless one?
Yeah. Let me. Oh, you heard about it?
Yeah, it was on the news.
Okay.
Yesterday.
She was delivering for DoorDash, and she was picking up an order, and there was a homeless man outside of her car window. Of Popeyes. So she wanted to add on and buy him some chicken or something and a drink.
Yes.
And they didn't want to sell it to her.
They didn't want her buying for him.
To buy for the homeless man. Hold on. So apparently they got pissed off so much. I guess she was trying to insist that they do it. They called the police. The police didn't do nothing.
But she had him on camera.
She had it all on
camera. I don't care. The store people.
All on camera. But I'm going to take a position on this that you're going to be surprised I'm going to take.
Well, we listened to the police officers
when
they came.
The general manager.
They appreciative. That
right. They didn't do nothing.
They
didn't general manager. They had to call the general manager. Oh, wow. He agreed to give the man some food. He didn't like. He said, "Give him. Yeah, let her. If she want to buy him some food, she could do that." And he didn't go with what the employee said. Yeah, he went over their heads and said, "Give him."
So how do you taking a different stand?
All right, now listen to this, and I know I'm gonna get some hate mail for this. I don't like homeless people at fast food restaurants or at restaurants.
We got one down the street. He hang out there.
And if you're in the drive,
I just ignore them.
They knock on your window. They come by.
And I did give one guy a jewel. I said, "Dude, I'm not. This is my last dollar. I'm giving you." And I need you to get some help.
I'm gonna start off. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna start off controversial, but I have a remedy for this. Okay, it's not giving them food. I agree with the lady
that's feeding.
Even though she was ghetto, but not give the lady at the cash register. No, she's absolutely correct.
And she was mean.
If you get that dude food, we'll never get rid of him. He'll always be there.
She should have said that.
Well, hold on.
She should have said that. Man, if you feed him, he'll never go.
Not only that, he gonna tell all his friends,
and they gonna come.
It's gonna be a ring of homeless people around that Popeyes.
I see what you're saying.
So I get it. Hold on. Okay. So I understand. But Charlamagne was saying they're not animals.
She shouldn't have never said who she was buying for.
Well, Charlamagne said they're humans. They're not animals. It's not like you throwing a piece of chicken out to a dog,
catch that,
and then every stray dog will be around Popeyes. They feed you too. Although this is controversial, it's the truth. If you throw some chicken to a dog that's hanging around Popeyes, every stray dog in about a month will be around Popeyes. Birds too.
Birds, you throw some crumbs, they all gonna come down and fight over it.
So this is my remedy. And rather than them doing what they did, which is we don't want to do no.
Don't feed them.
Any homeless person that's coming to your restaurant, you need to be trying to figure out how to help them. Not be
your
homeless.
Sign says no soliciting, so they really shouldn't be on the premises.
But you really need to, in my opinion, that keeps away the ones that don't want help. Because if I had a restaurant and you come to my restaurant and you're homeless, I'm going to feed you and I'm going to try to get you from being homeless.
And being around that place.
I'm going to try to find you a place to stay. I'm going to try to get you into some drug rehabilitation center. I'm going to be trying to find people.
You know, with the mental health issues,
I'm going to be trying to see if you can get help.
They're going to walk away.
So you're going to not want to come to my restaurant if you don't want help.
Yeah.
It'll word to get out. Only the homeless people who want help will come to her restaurant.
The word to go out that nobody will come near his restaurant anymore.
Don't come to my restaurant.
He's gonna make you get.
You gonna get some help, or I'm gonna get you off the street. You're not gonna be sitting in front of my restaurant with a sign or banging on people's windows as they go through the drive-thru.
It's unfortunate that I don't think a lot of restaurant owners feel that way. They don't care about people hanging out unless they not now in the situation I told in our last thing. I'm sorry. We saw the lady near the Wendy's in Chicago and we pulled over. It was a car full of us. So I don't like it when I'm by myself, but we were in a car together. She asked the homeless lady, she said, "You hungry?" She said, "I'm hungry. Can you give me some money for spare change, whatever?" And my friend said, "We can go to Wendy's right here and get you a meal." I don't like Wendy's. And my friend said, "Well, you're not that hungry then." And we drove off.
Yeah.
Because she was picky. One time we followed somebody downtown Chicago. We went to Burger King. One of the girls was getting ready to buy the homeless person who followed us in there some food. People were saying to her, "Don't buy him nothing." or the lady. Don't buy her nothing. Do you not know she bought the lady a Burger King meal? That lady threw it down and was going off. And the people said, we said don't buy her any. There's a mental situation with her. And you think you're helping, but sometimes you make it worse. I
was at McDonald's recently, and that homeless man, he was in there yelling at the cashier. Said, I gave you $5 and all this and that. And see, that's why they don't want all of that. So I see both sides to that.
And she wouldn't have never said anything. They wouldn't have known that she was giving it for him. She shouldn't have said anything because she was saying he was by her window.
Oh, and
I need nuggets. I want to give him a meal. And they were like, no, ma'am, don't buy nothing for him. That lady and she started videotaping.
And how do we know that that's not the 5th nugget meal that he got that day?
Yeah. But they called the cops on her. Cops like, what can we do? She ain't doing nothing.
So I see both sides to that.
Wow.
I don't disagree all the way with not saying that. I just feel like you need to do something though. That's my opinion.
Go above and beyond.
And I worked where I used to before I was doing full time. Now we have our own business. The place that I worked at downtown here, we had homeless people that would come in and sit in the door when it got cold.
Oh.
And
to stay warm.
And my boss said, no, you can't sit in here.
No.
Because people can't come. They're not going to step over you to come in here. So how do you got to turn them away though?
Yeah. Yeah. There's places that they're hopefully are putting out there for these people to go to. But
she was a good reference for places that they can go to.
Yeah.
And if you want us to take you there, we will. And they would say no. Well, then you can't.
You got to leave then.
That's how I would do my reference. The way she handled homeless people. Is the way I would do it.
Do you really
if you're going to come here, I'm going to help you. And if you don't want help, you're not hanging out around here. That's it.
Remember that girl in Chicago? They bought up hotel rooms for all of them to stay for the home. It was really cold that one night. And that one homeless man, he didn't want to leave his little homeless home.
Why would you? Oh, yeah, because he had a nice house.
He didn't want nobody stealing his stuff. So he was one homeless man they had on the news that didn't go to the
and he was right.
hotel. Everybody else went to the hotel because they wanted the place warm.
No, but he was right.
But he didn't leave.
He built up that place.
Little cardboard box.
Yeah.
He was like, I ain't going nowhere.
He built up that place. Why would I want to leave there?
But remember we were in, and if those of you who live in LA, I hate to say, I think you guys have the worst homeless problem.
I used to think that till we went to Seattle. Well, I don't know who's worse. LA or Seattle?
LA had a whole community down the whole.
Seattle does too.
Oh, it's a community, you guys. That's not good.
They got villages.
Yeah, village.
Both of them do.
Oh.
Now this guy right here, Vince Staples, he's a rapper. I wanted to show you.
I put him
down? You can say his name.
What's his name?
Vince Staples.
VINCESTAPLES.
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently he's got a new show he's going to be in, lead on Netflix comedy with Kenya Barris. Kenya Barris is the director or writer
of
I can't remember the name
Grownish.
No. Blackish. And he's making this guy, he's going to debut as a lead in this. It's probably going to be like the Fresh Prince or something. Oh. But look out for his name, Vince Staples. They talked about him.
Now, didn't Kenya do Grownish and
he probably did. He probably did all of those.
Okay.
But Blackish.
Okay.
So yeah, he got a Netflix show coming out with Vince Staples.
Okay.
As the lead character.
Okay.
And that was it. That was basically
so she was called the donkey of the day?
Donkey of the day was Popeyes.
Oh,
he gave Popeyes the donkey,
saying don't buy it.
But I was trying to take both sides on that.
I see what you're saying. I didn't think about that. Feeding him, he would never go away.
And how does she know he didn't have 600 meals that day?
Nobody thinks that when you're feeding somebody or you're giving them money. Because remember, they're trying to collect.
And I fed homeless people who were happy to get the food. They was actually hungry.
Mm-hmm. Remember, we left that I don't know if you were with us when we ate Chinese food in Chinatown in Chicago, and some of us had leftovers.
And you gave
and one of the guys that was with us gave his leftover to a homeless. They were so happy.
Oh, some homeless people, they love that. They'll eat that food.
Okay.
It's some panhandlers that be trying to just get money out of people that don't,
Yeah.
And I told you that if you learn anything about real homeless people, you rarely see them. They usually under bridges and they stay hidden. They come out later at night.
What was the comedy that was it real? documentary, or was that a comedy where they had the homeless person getting the money, and then they around the corner they went in their BMW and drove away?
That's real life. I got a short on here because I post shorts. I got a part 1 through 3 of homeless people that are fake.
Oh my!
Well, this one guy, and he says, and apparently it's legal. It was something he said it's legal to do that.
But isn't that
it's legal to beg for money
unless you see a sign that says no?
But it's legal to beg for money.
You're kidding.
In some cities, yeah.
You had to do it when you was trying to get home one day.
Oh, you doing my story when I was at DePaul?
When you were
I was at DePaul. Student. This was before phones. Our cell phones. Yes. And when I was at college, and my stupid friends, we went up to O'Hare Airport, and we was picking up. It was somebody coming in. I can't remember, but we got separated. And I walked all over that airport looking for them, and I couldn't find them, and they couldn't find me. And that was the days before where they didn't have phones. And they used to say the people's names over the intercom. You used to go over to the person and say, "Can you say?" And I would say my friend's name, and they didn't listen. I said, "They probably gone." They probably said, "Let's just meet back at campus." I ain't had no money, so I couldn't even get on the train. So I was standing outside the train with my DePaul T-shirt on, asking people for money.
A DePaul T-shirt,
and the way
of all places,
the way people look,
that's an expensive school. That's like having Harvard on your shirt.
But how they didn't know that I just was wearing that T-shirt?
Yeah, that's true too.
But the way some people looked,
they looked down at you.
I never look at homeless people the same way ever since then. I had people look at me like I was the scum of the earth, asking for money. I said, "Do you have $1?" They looked at me like, "How dare you ask me for money?"
That's sad.
And I had people that didn't acknowledge you. Like you be standing right in front of them. They go right like this. "Excuse me, I'm a college student. I need to get home. Does anybody have $1?" And this one person, I still tear up to this day when I think about it. I told you, gave me $5. They came up to me. I said, and by that time I was like 2 hours asking for $1.
Oh, no.
And I said, I don't even think I was even hardly saying it anymore. I was just like, "You have any money for me to get home?" And he said, "Sure, here's $5. I looked up at that man as if glory. I said, "Thank you." I said, "Oh my God, sir, thank you so much." And I started crying. And he said, "It's okay." I said, "My friends left me and I don't have any money and I can't get home." He said, "That's no problem."
That was nice. See, you plant a seed.
And I was standing right by the lady at the booth. She could have let me in. No. And I said to somebody, I was smaller than I am now. I should have just jumped over the thing like everybody else does in the city. But I was being the right way and standing out there for hours. She could have let me in. She saw me standing there for 2 hours asking people for money.
And how much was the train ride?
Back then, it might have been like 90 cents. Because I was asking for $1. So I gave her that $5. She gave my change back.
That was nice of that man.
Why didn't that lady let me in?
I don't know.
She knew I wasn't no bum or no homeless person.
Went through, you should like, "Give me back my change."
I said, "Now I can get in.
Have a nice day."
And I walked on in. Look, that's how you feel. You feel good when somebody give you money. That's how homeless people probably feel. You walk in, get your shower.
Thank you.
You feel like a new person.
So I
and then the next day, it starts all over again. But I walked in, my head held high. Walked in and sat down on the train.
To the friends, they
went back to the dorm. My friend
just left you hanging.
And they said, "We thought you come back." I said, "I didn't have no money." They was like, "Oh, we didn't know that." So I got back late that night. It was nighttime when I got back, and they was all eating pizza, and relaxing. They said, "Where was you at?" I said, "I was begging for money to get home." I couldn't. No phones.
Can you imagine, guys? There were no phones back in the day.
I didn't even have a dime to call you or anybody.
I remember this one lady when I was working at the expo, the Women's Black Expo in Chicago. This is when cell phones started coming out.
When they were big.
When they first came out.
Bigger than this thing.
She said, I'm not gonna get a cell phone. I don't need a cell phone.
How'd that work out for her?
And she commuted from Springfield to Chicago to do this event with us, to volunteer. And so the following year, we volunteered again and we saw her. We said, so how's the not having a cell phone? But she said, when my car broke down on the highway, I said, I am never going to not have a phone again. I don't even
remember the days of, you know what? Back in the day, your car break down, the police officer will pull up. You remember?
Wait.
Because they would circle the highways.
Yep.
Or somebody will give you a ride. Back then, you could go with strangers.
Because we
you didn't think nobody was going to chop your head off then.
I would always be 40 miles from wherever I'm going and run out of gas. And we sit there, laugh, chit chat.
And somebody had to
light.
And when your parents had to pick you up, you had to tell them where you was going to be on the corner of blank, blank, and blank, blank at this time.
Thank God for
I'll wait for 10 minutes. If you're not there, I'm leaving. Find your way home.
I don't think kids today would understand how we got through without them.
All right. Days without a cell phone. We had to use a nasty pay phone.
Yes.
All right. Well, anyway, whatever.
Okay.
All right, y'all. So we went over an hour. I didn't want to go over an hour. Okay. All right, y'all. So that was, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This was our first live. Thank goodness.
Off my face.
Because I don't have to upload or nothing.
Okay.
So we just go live.
Okay.
Live around the same time every day, about 5:30.
Yeah, if we can.
Live and then record it. So if anybody don't see it, you can look at the recording.
Okay.
And then I usually break these out into smaller segments if something important that we talk about. All right, y'all. So like, share, and subscribe, and
always believe.
Always believe. And that was, I'm going to click end. If it don't end,
I'm going to still be like this.
You're going to still be stuck. We'll be frozen like they used to do back in the old days. Take time to learn. So let's do that.
Okay.
And that was another Woods Report.